All right, welcome everybody. We are um, having a rough night here tonight because this is the fourth time I've done it. My computer just seems to have way too many issues. So I have an issue with this Thursday. I feel like this whole year has been nothing but issues. So my son sliced his finger. Actually, it gets up here and cut the tendon pretty well in half. So he cannot move his hand. We went to see the doctor, and he is scheduled for Thursday to have orthopedic surgery done um, on it. So they either have to reattach the tendon or they have to take some out of his wrist and reattach it so that he'll be able to use his um, finger again. So I told him that we could just cut it off and be done with it, but he really wants to get it done. So we are taking him on Thursday to chop to have it taken care of. So I don't know what time I will be back from the surgery. So I'm preempting by saying I'm probably not going to be in class. I tell a lot of you this semester that family comes first, and I'm using that because I'm not going to let him go into surgery without me being there. So I hope you can all understand that, and I hope that makes sense. So you're going to get a couple videos this week. This is really the last real class kind of stuff we're going to do. So let me kind of go over the rest of the semester with you, and then we'll get started. So we're really down to kind of 3 weeks, right? The 3rd, the 10th, and the 17th. The 18th is the last day of the fall semester. So really down to 3 weeks. The 17th, I would like you all to come in. I just want to kind of overview, just recap the class for maybe a half an hour, nothing big. Say goodbye, answer any final questions, make sure that I can see your final project. So it's really maybe a half an hour, nothing huge, just to kind of, again, end it, cap it off. The 10th, you will be working on your final project. Actually, for the next 2 weeks, you'll be working on your final project, which is your website, your web page, right? So I'm going to, after this video, I'm going to make another one about how to build the web page and how to make the web page, so that those people that want to can get started and can start building out and making sure that they have everything they want and being as creative. If you are not comfortable with that, I will be here on the 10th for the 3 hours from 5 to 8, um, waiting for questions. I mean, I encourage you to watch the video, to try to play, to goof around. But if there are things that you run into walls with and stuff like that, you jump on and you ask the questions. I will not hold you the whole time. If you come in, you just want to work a little bit and go. I'm good with that. I'm not going to force you. This is more of a, again, you're building, you're creating, you're showing everything you've done. You've done the work. Now it's kind of put it all together and get a final project going. So that's what the 10th will look like. Really, just me being here for that final, help out to make sure you guys are good. And then this week, again, I won't be here because of the surgery. And again, I do apologize. I don't like missing, but it is, I'm kind of stuck, and I hope you guys can understand that. But so we're going to do two things this week. We're going to finish off our assessments. If you remember, last time we met right before Thanksgiving, we went over the creation of Google Forms, right, and how to make it branching and all that stuff so that we could help our students. Well, now we're going to make a rubric using a Google Sheet that will help you as a teacher and kind of guide some of the things that you do to make sure that you're constantly evaluating your students, but at the same time, you're not going to go nuts trying to figure out all the grades. So we're going to work on that tonight. And again, I'll also be giving you the video for the Google site so that you can begin working on that and getting it all done. So, all right. So without further ado, let's get started building our spreadsheet. So to get a spreadsheet, we know we go to sheets.new, right? No worries there. It's going to come up. And we started working with a spreadsheet when we did our unit overview. And I think that you got some of the basics kind of figured out, but now I want to dig a little bit deeper, and I want to show you some formulas. I want to show you how to start to connect some things, to kind of make it in a way that you can really use it on a very much of a very daily basis, and it can just be there kind of in the background, and you can just kind of pop in and out and use it the way you want. So let's get started by naming this. I'm going to put my glasses on because I'm getting older, and I am going to name this rubric assessment. All right. Now, please make sure that if you just opened it, move it, put it in a folder that's shared with me so we don't have issues, and then attach it into the course tracker. I've been trying to keep up the best that I can with everything on there. I know I have some I got to go back to. Some people have been sending me stuff from like a while ago. I got to go back. I'm keeping up the best that I can. I trust me, you will all have everything in before the end of the marking period, or at the end of the semester. And most of you are doing fantastic with this. All right, so when you build for students, right, that you need directions, you need to put their name in there, you need to give them a score, you need to give them points, you need to give them what's expected. There's a lot that goes into a rubric. In this case tonight, I am not going to give you all of the nuances of what to write. I'm just going to kind of show you how it works, and I'll show you what I mean as we go. So the first thing that we're going to do is we need to give them directions. All right, and I really think that's a very important part. You start up in the left top corner with that, and you move right because that's the way the kids are going to read, right? So if you put the directions up there, that's where their eyes go first for most of this stuff. Plus, you want it to stand out. So what we're going to do is I usually will take this. So before we go too far, A is your column, 1 is your row. So if I say A1, I'm saying column A, row 1. If I say E5, I'm talking column E, number 5, right? That would be that one. So columns and rows. We're going to talk in columns first, rows second. All right. So if I say E5, that's where I want you to go. If I say H, I don't know, H13, that's where I want you to go. And you see they highlight. The H will turn gray, the 13 will turn a darker gray. So make sure rows and columns. I'm sorry, blah. Columns and rows. I went backwards on that. Sorry about that. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up in column A, right? A1. And I'm actually going to highlight A1 to about F1. And then I'm going to drop down. So I want all of that highlighted, that blue color, because I want my directions up there. And now, right now, you can still see I have the column and row markers. I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to go up here to format, and I'm going to merge my cells. And I'm going to say merge all. And watch. All of it is now one box, right? So when I write my directions in here, all right, this is where you will give your students the directions for the project, any information that they may need. Now you notice it is typing out, and I'll show you why in a minute. Any information that they may need, and links to things they could use. Okay, so that's my direction. Now watch, when I hit return, it all goes down to the bottom, right? But wait, he had more type there. I had more type there. Where'd all of that go? Right? So there's a way to do it. If you pop up here in this menu and you look right here, it says text wrapping. Take a notice, text wrapping. It is next to the A, text wrapping. If I click that, see the one in the middle? It looks like a little U. It's kind of pointing down. Click that. Now look, all of my directions fit very neatly in the box that I created. Now, I am goofy. I don't like my directions at the bottom. Can you have the directions at the bottom? Absolutely. That's completely up to you. I am just goofy like that. So what I'll actually do is, if you notice this vertical alignment, I actually put it at the top. Don't ask me why. That's just me. I find that it's important for me to like it, and that's just what it is. That's the way I have it. So that's the way I'm going to. Now, what's next? I also want it to stand out a little bit, right? Because I mean, my students, this is one of the most important parts, what their directions are. So I'm going to highlight I'm going to highlight my words, and you notice it opens back up the long. It's not a big deal. Highlight my words. I'm going to bold them, all right, because I want them to stand out. I might even italicize them a little bit. It'll drop back down. But the other thing I'm going to do is, because I want to categorize, I want to section things off. I want them to go different places. I'm going to background color it a little bit. All right, I don't want something so painful it hurts their eyes. Maybe a nice light color like that, right? And again, that's the background color, the fill color. All right, the can that looks like it's got a little drop coming out right there. All right, you can pick any one you want, but just highlight the cells and pick one. All right, I just highlighted the cells. I kind of like the one that I picked, but I'm just going to show you. All right, so highlight and just pick. I kind of like that one, so I'm going to stick with it. All right, so now my students have their directions. What are they going to be working on? All right, now, what else is a must that I have to have for this information? Well, I got to know who my student is, because without that, this is all kind of a mute point, right? I'm not going to do anything. So I'm going to put student name. All right, now that fits in one cell. That's great. But my students probably some of their names. I mean, some of your names are long. All right. So I'm just going to open this up a little bit, and again, I'm going to merge format, and I'm going to merge my cells horizontally this time, and it opens it all. Now all the names can go in there. Now again, this is where now the students are going to be looking at directions, right? I need to see student name. I want to make sure that I color code this. Again, it is something for me. I'm going to bold it. And I think on this one, I'm going to do just like a light purple. And I'm also going to do the student's name again as a light purple. And it keeps it all together for me so that I can very easily see it. Right. And now when you work and you create this, you just put their name in there. Now, you can get really crazy technical. There's ways to put drop down menus in there and stuff like that. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to force you guys to do all of that. But you can very easily manipulate some of that stuff. All right, so now there's our two big parts that we have, right? Our directions and our student name. Now, the students need the directions, they need the student name, but the students also need a couple other things when we're talking about a rubric. One of them is, and this is the one that I get probably most of all, is what's my grade, right? What did I get? So I'm going to put grade here. All right. And again, the answer will go there. And this is going to be a formula that we're going to build. So don't put anything there yet. But you know your students, they love that. They love that grade thing. All right. So I'm gonna make it actually I'm gonna make it brighter because they're gonna look for it. Right? Grade. All right, because they want to know. And I'm gonna highlight the grade itself so that they can see it. And again, we're gonna make this a formula so you will see exactly how it works when we're done. All right, now what? Well, what are we grading them by? What are our standards? What are we looking for? What are we looking to create? So there's a lot of theories on rubrics. Okay, um, some theories are that if they participate, if they try, they should at least get something. Some theories are that a 3, or the second lowest number should be your expectations, and then there should be one above it. I tend to make my rubrics 0 to 4. That's me. You can make them by 25 points. You can make however you want to as a teacher build it. But I do 0 to 4. So I'm going to ask you in this particular case to build it 0 to 4. And I'll show you exactly why in a minute, why I do that. So we need to build our rubric table now. All right. So I have my directions, my student name, I have my grade. I'm kind of getting there, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm checking off as I go because I always want to make sure that I have everything that I need, right? All right. So now I'm going to need some topics and some categories. So what I'm going to do here is this is going to be my topic title. So again, I'm going to format. And you're going to notice I do things multiple times. I want you guys to see how I'm doing them multiple times. All right, so I'm going to put these are my topics. All right, and now I am going to center that. All right, and I'm going to put it right in the middle. All right, and again, all I did here was I took my time. Right, I'm on my cell. I went to vertical alignment to get the up down center, and I went to horizontal to get the side to side. All right, now I'm going to bolden that, and again I'm going to color it, and again I'm using lighter colors. Notice that my colors aren't blinding. You want something that's attractive. You want it, color coding is awesome. But sometimes if they're looking at highlight yellow for too long, they're going to go crazy, right? So the next thing that I'm going to do is I need to start getting out the category points, the topical points, right? So I am going to do it again. I'm going to do by fours, by sections of four. All right. So I'm going to format. I'm sorry, format, and I'm going to merge all. And then let's see, that's 0, 1, 2. Too many, too many. And again, I'm doing this multiple times because I want you guys to see exactly what I'm doing here. That's 3. Too many. And that is 4, right? So I just merged them all. So I counted 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What, 0? That's 0 points, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4 point, right? I actually even put in there for me 0 points, right? And because I'm goofy, I always try to throw a little Bitmoji magic in there because the kids will usually enjoy that. So he's sad, right? That's my current mood. Copy image. Let's drop him in. Come on. Come on, Mr. Bitmoji. He'll be there in a minute, I'm sure. Let's hope. Paste. Let's see if that works. If not, I'll come back and play with that in a minute. All right, so let's get 1 point, 0 points, 1 point, 2 points. 3 points. I probably shouldn't try and get too technical since we're doing this on a video anyway, right? And I'm not going to lie, videos do slow down your computers because they're building, and that does take away. So sometimes you will see that happen. So again, I want my points to align. So I'm going to horizontally align center, and then I'm going to vertically align center, and I'm going to bold. All right. And then again, I want to center. So I'm going to horizontally align. I'm going to vertically align, and I'm going to bold. And then again, I'm trying to do this as many times so you could see all the different things that I'm doing in multiple perspectives. All right. And 3 points, horizontal and vertical and bold. And then 4 points and vertical and horizontal and bold. All right. So now I have my points. My points are figured out to where I want them to be, right? Again, 0 is you didn't even attempt. There's no proof whatsoever. 1 is, listen, I see your attempt. All right. It's not what I'm looking for, but I see your attempt. 2, all right, we're working it. We're working on knowing what we're doing. 3, in my world, is you have met the expectations of the directions. 4 is you blew my mind. This is awesome. No one lives in a 4. All right, 4s are visited. That's the joke that teachers have in some places. 4s are visited. 3, you live in a 3. You live in a perfect. You live in accomplishing the project goal. 4 is you went above and beyond, and that man, way to go. All right, and I'm going to give you some credit for that. So now let's start talking about what we're doing here. Actually, let's highlight because I want to highlight, and I'm going to do different colors. Let's see, red. We'll do green. Right, we're getting towards holidays, right? So red again and green, just to keep it just to keep it a little festive. I'm sorry if you are not into the Christmas spirit. I'm just picking colors. I apologize. All right, so now here's where I am, right? I'm starting to build my overall rubric. Now I need to start creating um, really what I expect the students to do, what we're going to do. So again, for this one, I'm going to pick I'm just going to do 5. No, I'll do 4. I'm going to do 4. All right, you can do 4 as well. Create 4 because I think that's for what we're doing. I think that's plenty. You're not really going to be grading students. You're showing me that you understand the expectations of building a rubric. And could I do it with 1? Yes, but then a formula doesn't work out. I want to build it with 4. So let's go with 4. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing that I've been doing. Format, merge cell, merge all. All right. I'm actually going to leave. No, I'm not. I'm going to do it up. It just depends on how you feel, right? Merge all. We're just going to do 4, 2, 3, 4. Format, merge all. And I said we would do 4, right? Format and merge all, right? So here's where I am. Now, I'm going to do all of them that way. Um, and so I'm going to stop the video for a moment and I'm just going to pause and then I will come back because I don't want you guys to have sit through all of this. So give me a moment, but I'm going to do that whole same process of merging, but you don't need to watch it all. So give me a moment. All right. I almost forgot this trick. So we're going to do it. So I was doing 1 by 1 and I forgot whether or not this would work, but watch this and it does. So if I click on the one that I've already formatted, and I go to this little dot on the bottom, you see it kind of gives you like a crosshairs, right? If you grab that, if you click on that and then drag your mouse down, watch. Boom, done. Click it. Boom, done. Right? So now, I didn't go left to right though. Oh, watch. Click it and drag all the way across. Drag all the way across. That will make it that much better and that much easier for you. I apologize. Sometimes you just remember things as you go. So there I am, right? I have my boxes. I'm done. I have exactly what I want. Now I'm going to do it one more time to each row, and I'll show you why, because I know that I said 4, but I want a 5th one, and I'm going to show you why. All right. So now let's put our topics in. Now, when I say topics, I mean, what are we grading our students on? So let's say you're teaching, and I'm just going with some of the things that some of you were doing. I remember somebody was talking about main characters, right? The main character. So let's just, I'll use the first one as main characters. Main character recognition. All right, main character recognition. Now, again, you could put this wherever you want, however you want, if you want to center and do all that stuff. Right now, I'm going to leave it. I'm okay with it, right? 0 points means student did not even try to recognize the main character. Now, notice what happened. It cut it off, right? So what am I going to do? My text wrapping, all right? And you can actually, boop, 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 change your text wrapping right now. Put it all in, and it should pick it up. All right. Student didn't even try to recognize main character. All right. Student knew what a main character was. All right. See, picked it up, dropped it down. 2 points, right? So 0 point made no attempt. 2 points or 1 point. Listen, you are way low on the understanding of the standard, but you know what the standard is. 2, getting closer to standard. Could pick from a list. All right. They could remember the main character from a list. All right. Now, is that what you want? Is that the that's not perfection. Perfection is student identify main character and their traits. Oh, let's just do main character, right? With no help. All right, awesome. That's 3 points. That's your perfection. That's where we wanted you to be. That was the standard that we were going for, right? 4 points is student could identify main character and give recognizable traits. Give. All right. So when we're talking to our students, we say, "Yo, who was the main character of the book?" Oh, I remember. The mouse was the main character of the book. He was wearing overalls. They were orange. He had glasses. And did, oh wow! You not only remember the main character of the book, but you very easily could explain it to somebody else. You recognize it. Great job. You are living in 4-point land right there. Okay. So 3 points. 3 points met standard. Right? Exceeded standard. Getting there. Getting closer. So 1 point would be kind of like understands the standard. All right. And then this is no attempt at standard. All right. Now you are going to fill these in with your own topics and categories, right? So I'm just going to drag these down so you can see that it does it again. It will put all of those in my spots. Actually, I only wanted 3 down because that 4th I'm going to use for totaling. All right, so this is topic 2. Topic 2. Topic. Ooh, doesn't want to say that. Topic 2. Topic 3. Topic 4. All right. So you're building topic 2, 3, and 4 on your own. You have to figure those out. Didn't even try. Kind of knew what was going on. Moving closer to standard. Got to standard. Above standard. Right. And that's how you build a rubric. Now, how am I going to grade this? I mean, my students need to know what they're getting, and they need to understand what point system we're working on and how it's going to look at the end. All right, actually, I could do topic 5. Watch this. I'm going to do this a little different just because I think it'll be more helpful for you guys. So I'll do just 5. You can do 4, but I'm just moving it around a little bit just because I think you'll get a better look at what you want in the end. So stick with me. I got to move me. All right, I'm going to put me up there. All right, so now I'm actually going to run my totals on this side. So on this one, we're going to format and we're going to merge cells, right? We're going to merge them, okay? And I'm going to put total in there, total points. And I'm going to bold them. Oh, I got to highlight, right? I'm going to bold them. I'm going to put a color in there. This one I'll add because we have that one yellow. We'll do this one yellow, right? And then I'm going to just do one more. Format, merge all, and then I'm going to drag these down. All right, so now how am I going to grade? What am I going to do? Well, these are my total points, right? This is what I want my students' grades to look like. But I, as a teacher, like I want them to see, hey, for the main character recognition, you did a 4, but in topic 3, you only got a 1. Like you didn't do everything that you were supposed to. We have a problem. We need to figure this out, right? So with mine, there's a possibility of 20 points, right? 4 points, 5 standards. Yours will be 16, but it's really up to you. Listen, if you're building it and you're like, wow, I really want to go with one more because I have one more great idea, go to 20. I'm good with that. but 16 is fine. So we have this total point system here, and we need to figure out how to get it, right? And we need to figure out how to grade it. So, and we're almost done, guys. I promise we'll be finished pretty soon. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come up here to this grade spot because that's where I want their grade to go. When I'm grading, right, I want to see it there. So I'm going to write this formula in, and I want you guys to pay attention. Equals, right? The equal sign. The word sum, okay? Now you see this whole big drop down of stuff, right? We're going to stick with the top one, sum. Right now, when we click that, you see you get that little parenthesis. No, not yeah, parentheses, right? Parentheses, please, my dear Aunt Sally, parentheses, right? Now we need to give it something to work with. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to highlight these. And I'm going to close the parenthesis. And bam, there we are. All right. So I'm going to do it below it just one more time. Sum equals sum, parentheses, highlight, close parentheses, boom, right? 0. Watch this. You did awesome. Look at my total. It just changed to 4. Oh, didn't do so hot on this one. I got 5. Pretty good on this one. Good on that one. Phenomenal on that one. I got a 14 out of 20. Well, all right. Now, as a teacher, and that's all well and good and everything, but now I got to sit down and figure out what's 14 divided by 20 because I got to do that. No. Let's mess with this just a little bit more. Take this formula, right? And a backslash like that is a division sign and put 20. All right. Now, you're like, wait a minute. That can't be right. Right? It should be 70, not 0.7. All right. So now what are we going to do? Times 100. Now we got a 70. Let me show you that one more time, right? Because, and I know right now you're like, dude, that was way too much. Why did we do all that? Because when you have a class of 30 and you have to do this over and over again, figuring out the grade is kind of a pain in the butt, right? So let's make it easy. Let's do it automated. So what did I do? I'm just going to repeat it up here. All right. I'm going to blow this up a little bit. Let's see if I can go in the wrong way. All right. Blow it up a little bit. I can't blow it up too much because then you miss the beginning. Come on. My computer's being goofy and it's not letting me shrink. Not letting me shrink. All right. So anyway. There we go. Perfect, right? All right. So equals sum, right? Parenthesis. And then I highlighted my columns that I wanted my point totals from, right? All right. That gives you the M9 and the M18, right? Column M, 9 is our row to 18, right in here, okay? Now, I want to figure out the average. I'm going to divide backslash by 20, okay? And that gives us the 0.7. But we know that that's not right. It should be 70. So what do? We multiply by 100. Boom. There we get our grade. Now, I know, like I said, some of you are like, well, that was too much. When you have students constantly, when you're working with students and you are trying to get it to be in a manner that moves fast for you, this is what you do. All right. You automate your grading system to go as fast as possible. Now, I know you're like, that's all well and good. I don't have time to do this 30 times for a class, creating this whole rubric. Well, guess what? If you come down here, I can duplicate. Boop. Copy of sheet 1. It is duplicated, identical. Now I can come down here, right? If I really wanted to, I can rename this Bob, right? Bob's in period 1. He's a pretty good kid, all right? Copy of sheet 2. We're going to rename this Lisa, all right? Now, Lisa got a different score, but it still has 70. Lisa's a lot smarter than Bob. Look at my score change. She got a 3 there, 2 there, all right? Look at my score change. If I give her all 4s, all right? So it does change, and it makes it so much easier for you guys. I don't know why it's not letting me go smaller again. All right. So just here's what I would like. I would like my computer to go back to normal is what I'd really like. Let me see here. It's just being picky today. All right. But we have it. All right. So I would like you to make 4 of these tabs, right? To show me that you can do it. Rename them. And I'm going to do it again. Click down here, duplicate, rename, kid 2. All right. I'm going to do it again. Duplicate. I just want to see that you have the ability to do it and make it work. All right. You are filling in all of these standard ideas and you're building your rubric. All right. I am going to see. So if you just put in 4s and 3s and 4s and 3s and you figure out the average and you just type it in, I'm going to test your numbers. I'm going to come in and I'm going to change them. And I'm going to see that it does work. Because if it doesn't, you get it wrong. That's not what I want. I want it automated. So you need to take the time to specifically do that. All right. So now Thursday night again, I will not be here. I will be on office hours Monday. I'll be more than happy to sit down and go over. If you have it figured out, then you're good. All right. If you want to turn it in early and shoot me an email to say, hey, can you just check this? More than willing to do it. You don't need to jump on just to have me check something. I'll be more than happy just to check it if you email it to me and put it in the course. It's already listed in the course tracker. So just drop it in, shoot me an email. I did it. Please see if this works. I'll send you some feedback. All right. You can even go a little further if you wanted to. You can make a comment section, right? And you could block this out and make that for comments. Formats, merge cells, merge all, right? You could put comments in there for kids if you want to go a little bit further. All right, make that one orange. So you can really make this as functional as you want. And really, I mean, if you once you have it set up with the kids' names, let's say you want to do this as a daily thing, that hey, every day, you met the standard of the day. You did your do now, okay? That you 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever. You paid attention to class, or once a week. Hey, during the week you were on the ball. 4 points for you. You were slacking. The first couple of days were not so good. Maybe make this out of 5, and every day is a different day. And say, hey, today you are 1, tomorrow's your 4, tomorrow's your 5, whatever. However you want to make it. All you have to do is make a copy of this, and you can keep going. And once it's built, you just change. Usually, I just change this area here, right? Everything else is set up. I just changed this area here. My rubrics are established and they're ready to go. All right, so that is it. That is your creation. Again, I will be on 7 to 8 Monday night. I won't be there Thursday. I'll be sending out an email, and I will be getting you guys the video for the website, right? So I hope all is well. Again, I apologize greatly for missing. I hope you guys can understand. And I hope you all had an awesome Thanksgiving. I hope you're all safe. I hope all of your families are well. And I do look forward to seeing you and talking to you. And yes, enjoy. Thank you. Gotta move myself here, huh?